Aw, squish.
What is up, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Khrisstian's Customs. Now, I've been on the grind nonstop on this Mazda 323 GTX. I've fixed everything from like the door locks, so it no longer looks like I'm Ace Ventura trying to signal my pets on the inside of my car. People were looking at me like I was crazy in parking lots. I can finally just walk up, put the key in the lock, and turn it. Also, I've gotten several parts ordered for the cold air intake system. I'm still trying to locate a MAF adapter that is the correct size. Everybody said that the BMW series were the same, but none of them seem to fit proper. So I'm still trying to figure that out. I actually got a buddy that does CNC work, so I might just have him make me one. But the big project this past week was the radio. All the speakers on the right side of my car weren't working. There's something wrong with the control knob. I went ahead and ordered a good used one. It's really cool. It's out of an RX-7. It comes with an equalizer. Yeah, I do know that I need to add some amplifiers to the car to get it to work properly since I'm with the EQ. But, you know, it's something that I just got to do. Whenever I went to go install the radio, I pulled the screws for the bracket and all the plastic around them just deteriorated.
And I mean deteriorated.
Well, not long ago, I was in there whenever I did the short shifter in my car, and I noticed that there was a couple of cracks going vertical where the screws would mount into the plastic piece. And so I threw some blue thread locker on it. And I know some of you are shaking your head as soon as I said that. And for those of you who do not know, blue thread locker will eat plastic. I didn't even think twice about it. I was pretty tired at the time and I was ready to go home. So yeah, I destroyed that plastic. It needed to be repaired anyways, but I gave myself a lot more work to do. Now that I'm done looking like an idiot and admitting that I messed up, I'm going to go ahead and hop right into this video. I hope y'all enjoy.
I got it out. I got everything taken all the way apart. I got the shifter boot out, and there was a little pocket right here. You can see just how destroyed they are. The sides know better. This is what it's supposed to look like, besides being cracked, and that's the other side. First, I needed to find a bolt that was going to fit in here, which turned out to be a number 10 by 24. Went to the store and I picked up nylon spacers, which nylon is actually a thermoplastic. What I'm going to do is put these through like so and then screw them into there as well. But first, we need to check the length on here and make sure that we're cutting at the right point. These should sit just slightly above there. But what I can do is leave these a little bit long, and then I'll just cut them down afterwards. This one, we're going to go right there. Start right here and see. Right at the top of that broken stuff. Let's chop some stuff up. I got this file here and I'm going to clean out these holes as good as I possibly can because this is how I'm going to get everything properly centered. All of them look really clean. Now it's time to prep the sleeves. Let's go ahead and install it like so. About halfway, why not? Let's go ahead and get these installed here. Now this one is unlevel, which I normally don't like to do it like this, but I don't have an option because of just how broke it was. I do install these by hand. Now here's my cheap 30-watt soldering iron. I use this thing quite a bit for plastic repair unless I'm doing like a bumper or something of the sort. I got one side that's curved and one side that's pointed, so it's really easy to get into the corners and I can install it either way that I want. Going to go in between the two pieces. I know what you're thinking. I'm taking plastic away from where it needs to be, but I promise it's a good idea to get it melted together as much as you possibly can. And then you see I just take the edges, I rake them into the crevice. This is what's called a plastic welding gun. There are several different types of staples. These 90-degree pieces are the ones that I'm going to be using for this repair. So you can see right there is just right below the surface of the plastic, and the reason for that is because first off it is going to get some more plastic added to the top, but also I don't want it to be too deep and potentially get the threads from the screws touching it, so that is the reason why it is so shallow there. Barely have any room to work with, so I am going to go ahead and cut this off now.
These are the plastic welding rods I'm using for repair. They're really nice. I don't really dig the thin rods. I've never had a good turnout with them. I definitely advise these. I've used them for several different types of repairs, and although it does feel quite flimsy, it ends up being quite hard after you melt it, and they come in a big bundle like this. So I get a little piece of that rod melted off and start working it around the piece, heating up the existing plastic. I want it all melted together, attempting to make it all one homogeneous piece.
Now that this has had time to cool down, I'm able to take the screws out. Got quite a few of these upright supports that need to be fixed.
Ta-da! Now that I have all of the uprights done, I'm going to take a metal wire brush and start going around the entire piece. This is exactly why I use the wire brush right here. You can see that it has an edge on it, and that is where the add plastic didn't form to the original plastic. Now I'm going to use this soldering iron to clean up all that. This one has a flat iron section, and that's what's really going to make everything, first off, form together really well, but also it's going to help flatten it out. This is a holder they send with the soldering iron. I'm going to slide it in behind here, because what I was having happen was it got it too hot and it dropped it down and made it unlevel. So just wedge that in that corner. I'll lift up on it. There we go. Definitely not going to win any beauty contests with it, but I think it's strong. I definitely think it's going to hold up. One thing I want to do before reinstalling the radio is make sure that the screws go in easily. There is a time that it's going to break. Really, this is it. And if it ever gets a little bit tight, then just take it out. Use the soldering iron and I'll waller out the hole just a little bit. Just take your time. And I got that thing nice and level. That looks good. Perfect. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's episode. One more thing before we wrap up today is going to be Rob's GoFundMe page. I wanted to thank everyone for contributing or sharing his story. We have raised over $1,000 for him, and to give him that first payment, it was absolutely wonderful to get to see the look on his face. It was very humbling. And I just again have to say thank you so much to all of you who have contributed or shared his story. If you would like, I did provide a link below. Go check that out. My wife has done a beautiful write-up for you all so you can get to know Rob just a little bit. And again, thank you all so much. You will see me next time on Khrisstian Customs.